We've got balls.
Growing up in rural Oklahoma, there wasn't much for a young Bob Fenimore to do except for play sports. And by the time he came of age, he decided to take his talents to Oklahoma A&M, now Oklahoma State. By 1944, Fenimore led the Aggies to an 8-1 record capped off by a 34-0 victory over TCU and a 9th place finish in the Heisman voting. The following season, the Blonde Bomber and Oklahoma A&M were even better when he led the nation with over 1,100 yards rushing and nearly 1,650 yards of total offense as the Aggies went 9-0, which remains their lone undefeated season in program history. The 5th-ranked Aggies defeated St. Mary's in the Sugar Bowl 33-13. Meanwhile, Fenimore ran for 2 touchdowns and passed for a 3rd. After a spectacular season, he was named a consensus All-American and finished 3rd in Heisman voting. He went on to miss much of the following season due to injury, but despite this, the Chicago Bears selected him 1st overall in 1947. What makes this selection particularly odd is the fact that the Bears were coming off of their 4th championship victory, and on top of this, they did not trade for the right to draft 1st overall either. You see, a little known fact about the NFL draft is that for a brief period, there was a draft lottery implemented beginning in 1947. But this isn't like the lottery systems you see today in the NBA and NHL, as this one didn't have odds based on the records of the previous season. Thus, the reason the Bears were able to secure the number 1 overall spot, despite being the league's best team. To make matters even more bizarre, the top pick was considered to be a bonus pick to be paired with the one the team was already awarded based on how they finished the previous year. In this particular scenario, the Bears also had the final pick of the first round as reigning league champions. Confusing, right? Well, there's a reason the league scrapped this idea after 1958, but not before 12 men could be taken with the so-called bonus pick. Fenimore's NFL career wasn't much to write home about, as he only played 10 games in the 1947 season for the Bears, where he gained 408 yards from scrimmage and scored a total of 3 touchdowns. Following the 1947 season, the Blonde Bomber decided that he could make more money selling insurance than the $9,000 a year the Bears were paying him. So he decided to work for Mass Mutual full-time and retired after only a single year. He passed away in Stillwater, Oklahoma in 2010 at the age of 84, and to this day remains one of the most legendary players in the history of Oklahoma State football.